This may be one of my last and final questions. Sustainability of the big, beautiful bill and enrollment strategies. There's, 3.5 more years to go, under the new political office. Is this sustainable?
Yeah, and it's a good question, and admittedly, like I've definitely gotten out of the prognostication about what's going to happen politically. I do think it's fair to say this is going to be a challenging time, and I try to be optimistic about it, but carriers do need to be thinking about there are certainly headwinds there. On the provider side, given that there are going to be a lot fewer members, I think to some degree that's going to help resolve some of it, but of course the members who are leaving are going to tend to be the ones who are not utilizing to begin with, and I think this is a problem for the industry to try to face overall. And honestly, but I wouldn't be surprised to see if the Trump administration eventually rolls back some of the network adequacy stuff that was pushed through during the Biden administration. I think network adequacy is important, but I think the challenge is that I think network adequacy is honestly sort of the same thing as Potter Stewart said about what is obscenity. You know it when you see it, and I think it's easy for carriers to create networks that meet adequacy on paper, but that anybody who interacts with the healthcare system, who the good physicians and good facilities are. You can meet time and distance and all this stuff, but still have a network that is not really meeting the needs of people who have particular conditions. My hope is that CMS starts to listen to some of the critiques that I've shared around like how they're managing risk adjustment that create disincentives for broad networks. Because I think that's actually the problem, is that as long as there are economic disincentives to offering broad networks, carriers will figure out how to manage their network in a way that does not attract the risk that they want.